Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, liberals. You know what I think's crazy? I think the craziest part is no matter what of that you find yourself in, even if it's bipartisan, riding down the middle, which is probably the safest. But if you stop for a second and let's say you support Trump, let's say you support Biden, whoever, I think it's crazy that if you do that and you stop for a second, one of the first things they're going to do is they're going to call you a pedophile or a chomo or some type of name. It's nuts. So here recently, I have found myself where they're trying to remove one of our governors that I actually like here in Grants Pass, Oregon, which I had these guys that are like in the shadow government, right? And I'm checking out the stuff that they support, and I end up with this site all over my feed, and it's crazy. Get ready for this. It's really funny when I see their post, though. Here's one of the ones I'm talking about. So this was actually inside their group. And here's my question. Since it's inside their group, was it for their group members? I mean, it must be, since, the Democrats were actually the slave owners. They were the ones that fought for slavery. And it was the Republicans that fought against slavery. Okay, and did all these things. I mean, maybe I'm wrong and I don't remember all this from school, but I really thought Abraham Lincoln had a lot to do with that, plus a bunch of others. But then it's funny because then they've got this other one down here. They're like, okay, slavery. Yeah, I jumped to that. That was the bottom. But then we're talking about vaccines. I can't even talk about that. We can't. But I got to say that, if they're talking about that they're good, maybe they're good because they're making money off of them with big pharma through like the DNC and stuff. I'm just thoughts. All right, just thoughts. Now let's go into something else really interesting. Okay, here we go. So when you serve our country and then you stop, okay, you literally take and you get Secret Service for 6 months. But yet Biden, when he was in office, he said, okay, Kamala, I'll give it to you for 18 months. Isn't that the problem? Isn't it the problem that we have presidents that take and say, oh, you can do this, you can do that. Sure, it's just taxpayer money. No big deal. So you're making a big deal. This is, again, Occupy Democrats taking and saying, well, did you see what Trump did? Oh, my God. Yeah, Trump removed, the support that Kamala had of the Secret Service that Joe Biden, who is no longer the president, gave her because she should have only had it for 6 months. Not 18 months, because you don't just take taxpayer shit and get to do whatever you want with it. There is actually rules and stipulations and strapulations, okay? Kind of like